Hey, welcome, guys. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. Just wanted to talk to you about a little game that I've been playing for, I'd say, 2 to 3 years now. And it's called Deep Drive Baseball. And it's been on my channel for a while. I've played multiple partial season replays. I've done a couple of 1971 Seaver replays. I played a lot of Volume Two, which is was decent. It had a couple extra rolls, and it was a little bit awkward in certain areas. You needed an extra roll for wild pitches and pass balls, and so forth. You need an extra roll for several things, um, and eventually the developer came up with Volume Three or version 3, which corrected all that, and now it's very straightforward. The ballpark card has been kind of simplified but made it more detailed. And Deep Drive Baseball is a game that is only on PDF, but I understand that they're looking into making store cards now. So he's looking into printing out the cards to send out to people. He just came out with the 1961 set. I have an APA 1961 replay going, so I don't know if that is a season that I'm interested in. Plus, I bought all the other seasons and in Volume Two, and then he went to Volume Three. So now I have to. I like Volume Three better, so now I have to rebuy, um, all those seasons. And I'm in the middle of a 1971 replay with Deep Drive Baseball. Let me show you the cards and how they look, and just point out some things that I really like about this game. One thing right here is the uncluttered appearance of the cards. It reminds me, they're very easy to read. They don't have a lot of information. This one here is the ballpark card, of course, but if you want to look at let me find somebody who, Andy Messersmith, for example. Hopefully this is his pitching card, and yeah, pitching card. Okay, Andy Messersmith. Look how clean and uncluttered and large. The font is large on his card. It's very easy to read, and that is one of the things I like a lot about this game. That's one of the things that I think APA enthusiasts really like about APA, that their cards are clean, crisp, uncluttered, easy to read, large font, and they're heavy duty. These, of course, are printed at home, and I print them on 90-pound paper, so they're not really. They're more like the thickness, a little bit thicker than the Stratomatic cards, but less so than the APA cards. Um, so just a couple of things I like. It's a 50-50 game, but there's a twist, there's a tweak. I'm not a big fan of the 50-50 games, but I don't hate them either. I understand them. In the end, it all kind of evens out. So I definitely understand them. I've done the research on them, and they work. Um, it's a 50-50 game, but with a tweak. So it has a little Stratomatic, right? The 50-50 aspect of it is the Stratomatic aspect of it. But it has the tweak. It has a deep drive chart, and that deep drive chart can be called upon from the pitcher card or from the batter card, which is a tweak, something that, of course, is different than Stratomatic. Um, what else? A nice thing I really like about it has all the results on the card. At the bottom of the card, you'll see the results. Both on the pitcher has his results and the batter has his results. So at the bottom of each card, it also has the stats of the players. It has a very interesting fatigue system for pitchers where it counts the times through the lineup. And that is very reminiscent of modern day, how they say, oh, well, this pitcher, the first and second time through the lineup does very well, but the third time he usually struggles and his ERA balloons to over 6, that sort of thing. Well, this game actually uses that, right? Not the fact that an ERA will balloon over 6 the third time around, but he'll become fatigued depending on what's going on in the game, and that counts as a point. So every pitcher gets points, and he loses a point for every time he goes through the lineup. So the fewer times, the fewer batters you face, the stronger you'll remain in the game. I really like that aspect of this game. Um, it's one roll now for the range and error ratings, so it's very easy when your defensive results come up. It's very easy to just roll on the error chart, and I'm going to do a tutorial on that. I have a couple of tutorials on the batter pitcher card interaction with the dice. I have another tutorial on reading and understanding the ballpark card, and the third tutorial I'm going to do is going to be on the defensive chart, right? The range and the error chart. So these are some cool things about this game. Um, if I had to call anything out about this game, I would say that in version 3, the stolen bases have become a little bit more complex. In other words, you're trying to calculate the numbers for jump and then roll for jump. I don't like rolling for jump because I don't abuse any aspect of the game. I try to play all my games as realistic as possible. So if the guy, had one stolen base and was never caught, I'm not going to be stealing, 3 times a game with him. I'll probably never steal the whole season with that guy, right? But if it's a guy who's stealing all the time, like a Lou Brock, then you'll probably see me stealing with that guy a couple of times, a series. Because in the end, 154 game schedule, and you have, let's just say 154 game schedule. Let's say he played 154 games and you have 100 stolen bases. Well, you stole one time or 2 times every 3 game series, right? So that's how I would do it basically. Um, and that's about it. I'm going to play a game now, so you can watch me play. And I will give you some stats on my 1971 A's replay. Most of it was played with version 2, but the same foundation is used for version 3. The only thing that version 3 did was clean up some of the more bumpy aspects of the game, but essentially the data, the stats are the same. The calculations, the probabilities remain the same from 2 to 3. And if you have 2, there's been some guys that have said, well, I have 2, I've already invested in 2. Well, guess what? Keep playing 2. It's just a few extra rolls. And if you've already played it and you got into a good rhythm with it and you know it, then it's probably super duper easy and you don't have to worry about it. So I would just keep on playing those until you're ready to switch. Remember, with this game, you have to print out. It's only PDF for now. That may change, but it's about $15. You get all the players. You do have to go into, like, if the guy was traded mid-season, you will have to go to that second team and pull his card from there. What I do, and I have a video on this, I just make a scan. I scan the card, so I have one in each team, right? And you can also write on these because you can reprint them out. You can make notes on these. So that's a nice thing about having PDFs. And you have it, and you can, if they get dirty, if they get stained, if they get soiled, you can always print out a brand new set and have brand new, crispy looking cards, clean, crisp looking cards to play with and continually play with for years and years of fun for $15. You get all the players. Another maybe kind of aspect that I would have to call out to make people aware of is they don't have a lot of seasons. They have basically one season per decade. So if you're into like certain years, like if you're a big fan of 1975, because you're a Reds fan, you're not going to get 1975. He doesn't have it. Maybe in the future he'll make it, but we don't know. And it takes a while to get him to make sets for now. He's busy doing other things, but it's definitely a fun game to play. It's quick and easy to learn. Everything is off the cards. Minimal chart use. Bunting is a little sticky. Hit and run is a little sticky, but once you play it a couple of times, you'll get it. You'll basically memorize it. And but otherwise, it's definitely, I would call this, and if I had to grade it, I'd definitely call it a B+ game in many ways. So this is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, and here comes some baseball, deep drive baseball. All right, let's play some ball. Let's go over the lineups. This is a game between the Detroit and Oakland Athletics in 1971. I have stats for the A's as I'm replaying the season. I'm halfway through the season. July 15th. Let's take a look at how the Athletics are hitting. But first, let me go over the Detroit lineup. Aurelio Rodriguez, the third baseman, Al Kaline in right field, Jim Northrup, the center fielder, Willie Horton in left field, Norm Cash, the first baseman, Freehand, the catcher, McAuliffe, the second baseman, Brinkman, the shortstop, and Lolich, the pitcher. And let's go over the Athletics. So, Larry Brown, the shortstop, batting 193. Rudi batting 238 in left field. In right field, it's Reggie Jackson batting 287. Tommy Davis batting 314 in left field. Sal Bando batting 242. At third base, first baseman is Mike Epstein. He's batting 256. Duncan, the catcher, batting 199. Dick Green, second baseman, batting 220. And Chuck Dobson, the pitcher, batting 111. All right, and I'll be talking about the players as we go in this game. Let's start rolling. Now, this game requires 3d10. So let me go into my dice box and find 3d10. Got a lot of these rubber bands everywhere. All right, that's one right here, a red. And you want to make sure they're not D8s, they're a red, a white, and I need a green. And the closest I can get to a green right now is this one here. Oh, no. Not going to pick that up right now. I'll worry about it later. Remember, I'm still healing from hip replacement surgery. That's right. I'm officially an old folker now. All right, not an old effer, but an old folker. All right, let's do this. Let's roll for Aurelio Rodriguez against Chuck Dobson. 0 to 49 is going to be off the batter. 50 to 99 is going to be off the pitcher. Let's do it. And it's a 73. That's going to be a defensive chart. Perfect. It gives me a chance to show you how this works. There's my defensive chart. I'm going to roll. And I rolled a 0-4. 0-4 says this is going to be on the range section. It's hit to my first baseman. What is my first baseman's number? First baseman is Epstein. Epstein is a 3. So 0-4, he's a 3, and that's going to be a ground ball to Epstein, and he handles it for the first out of the game, G3. So 1 out to lead off the game, Chuck Dobson. Dobson's numbers, basically, he's got a 2.78 ERA, a 7.5 record. Next is Al Kaline with a 36. 36 will be off Kaline's card, and that's an out. Kind of an out. It's grounded again to the first baseman. Epstein right there steps on the bag ahead of Kaline. Next is Northrup with a 23. And that will be, just missed defense, and that'll be an out. The 7 is a hard hit ground ball at the shortstop. Larry Brown picks it up, throws a strike to Epstein. No runs, no hits, 3 up, 3 down. This game plays very fast. Okay, definitely a fun game. I would definitely encourage you to get it. Here's Larry Brown leading off. Mickey Lolich on the mound, 48. And that is going to be, again, 0 to 49 is off the batter. That's an out. What kind of an out? A fly ball, cracks one to right. Right fielder Kaline drifts over, settles under, makes the catch, 1 down. Next up is Joe Rudi. Rudi batting 238 in our replay. He's one of my favorite players. I don't think he's a superstar. That's a 40. That will be an out. A fly ball to right again. Al Kaline to his left. He's there. And Reggie Jackson with a 35, and that's off Jackson's card. Struck him out, and that retires the side. 3 up and 3 down. So 1 whole inning, just like that. That was pretty quick. Willie Horton leads off the top of the second. 33, and that'll be an out. A 5 is he rips one to the shortstop, who throws high. Nice stretch by First baseman Epstein. Norm Cash with a 91. That'll be off the pitcher card, and that'll be an out, a 9 out, and that's cracked to center field. Out there is Reggie Jackson. So Norm Cash flies out to Jackson, 2 outs. Here's Bill Freehand with a 28, and that'll be a 0. That's ripped and caught by the third baseman Bando. L5, no runs, no hits. Remember, all the outs are right on the card, so you don't have to look at any charts for that. Tommy Davis against Mickey Lolich, the left-hander. That's an 85. That'll be off Lolich, and a 7 is a fly ball again to Kaline in right center field. Okay, hold on a second. So Davis flies out, and Sal Bando next with a 54. That's going to be a line drive base hit to center. So Bando, who's batting .242, ups his batting average a couple of points. Next batter, a 34, and that'll be a defensive call. And that's a 13, which will ask me to look at the third baseman. Third baseman is Rodriguez, and his number at third base is a 3 with a 13, and that's a ground ball to third. He'll go to second for 1, back to first, not in time. So Epstein hustles down the line and prevents the double play. Here's Duncan now. I memorized those, by the way. 0-8, and that's going to be a base hit up the middle. And Duncan, who's on at first, Epstein is slow, so he'll stop. Not going to make the third out at third base. So first and second, Dick Green, Mickey Lolich, checks the sign with Freehand, and here's the pitch. And that's a 37. That'll be an out, lined and caught by the shortstop, Brinkman. So no runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Top of the third, here we come. McAuliffe, Brinkman, and Lolich. It's a 56. That's a ground ball and through the left side. So McAuliffe goes the opposite way and gets it through the hole. Here's Brinkman now with an 84, and that'll be a 0. That's lined 0-3. And let me show you. If this is 0-0 to 0-9, it's a double play, and it's a 0-2, it's a double play. So it's lined to the first baseman, 3-3, double play, 2 outs. And here comes Lolich. I use a batting card for him. He probably has a pitcher hitting card, but I didn't bother to print it out. 81, and that'll be an out. A 1 is a pop-up, and that is left side. Third baseman Bando makes the catch, and that retires the side. So a little excitement there with the line drive double play to the first baseman. So no runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. Bottom of the third. Dobson with an 88. 88, that'll be an out off the pitcher. A 4 is a slow grounder to the second baseman, who charges, sidearms it to first, and just gets Dobson, who was hustling down the line. So good hustle for Chuck Dobson. Pitching well today. Larry Brown with a 93. That'll be off the pitcher. A 3 is ground ball to the third baseman. Easy play for Rodriguez. Throws a strike to Cash, Norm Cash. Next batter, 53. Here you have your deep drive chart. Your deep drive chart, we just hit on it. Right, a 53 is a deep drive, so it's going to take us to Joe Rudi's deep drive chart. So I'm just going to roll right now. I'm going to roll 3 dice. I know it's deep drive. I'm going to look at Rudi's deep drive chart. I'm going to roll 3 dice. And a 0-6, I will have to roll for the ballpark. It's a 0. That ball is way back, and that ball is gone. Because I know on this card, at this stadium, that, and hopefully the stadium's in here. I don't know that I have it, but I do have it memorized. All right, so as you can see, Rudi's a righty. 0-5 is a home run. The green is a 0. That ball is out of here, so Joe Rudi connects and gives the A's a 1-0 lead. here in the bottom of the third. 2 outs. And Reggie Jackson pitched from Lolich, and that's going to be a 0-2. And that's going to be another deep drive chart. Now I can, right here and now, I can use this 7. Okay, I can use this 7, and if it's a ballpark result, it's going to be a fly ball to center field. Let's see what it's going to be. And it's going to be a 73, and that's going to be a drive in the gap, and that's going to split the outfielders and roll to the wall. And Reggie around first into second base with a 2-out double. Big turn around second base. Thought about going for 3, but then changed his mind. And it's Tommy Davis with 2 outs and a runner on second. 1-0 A's. Here's the pitch, and a 36 will be an out. 6 is a hard hit ball to the shortstop. Brinkman up with it over to first, and in time, 1 run on 2 hits. The A's lead it 1-0 as we go to the top of the fourth. Aurelio Rodriguez leads us off. Chuck Dobson, who's having a good day so far, 85. I don't want to jinx him. Slow grounder to the third baseman, Bando, who charges it bare hands. It fires to first on target. A strike to the first baseman. Good play. So Epstein got a perfect throw from Bando. G5 on a slow roller to the third baseman. So you get that here. You'll get the slow, medium, and hard hit balls. And you'll get the shallow, medium, and deep fly balls as well. So he figured out a way to add that little detail into the game. Very well done there. That's an 83. That'll be another out. A 4 is a bouncer to short. Easy play for Larry Brown. Out number 2. Dobson's having quite a day so far. And here's Northrup. 46, another out for Dobson, and that's line and caught. Shortstop positioned perfectly. No runs, no hits. 3 up, 3 down. 4th inning. Bando leading off. Epstein, and then Duncan in the hole. 22 and a 22. Struck him out. Got him. Bando swings and misses. And here's Epstein. Epstein with a 90, and a 90 will be an out. A 4 says it's a slow grounder to second base. Charging is McAuliffe, and McAuliffe sidearms it to first base and makes the play. And Duncan, who's got a hit so far, he won't have another one here. 75, strikes out, and that ends the inning. 3 up and 3 down. So this game is quite exciting as well, as you can tell. Willie Horton's next with a 0-2. That's going to be a deep drive. We got another one, and we'll use that 0. That's going to be a home run. If it lands in the ballpark, let's see what happens. And it's a 24. That ball is way back left field, and it's gone. Game tied. Willie Horton connects. Now, Horton hit 22 home runs that season. And Chuck Dobson wishes he had that pitch back. And next is Norm Cash. 0-0. That's, again, a deep drive with a 0. So that'll be ballpark will be a home run. And he's got good power, and that's an 89, which is going to be a line drive down the line, fair ball, and into the corner, played on a bounce by the right fielder. Rudi's in right field today. Holy smokes. Wait a second. Rudi's in right field, and he plays it off the carom and gets it in. So back-to-back hits here in the top of the 5th. Bill Freehand, here's the pitch from Dobson with a 24, and that'll be an out, fly ball to right. Now, I could potentially, if Norm Cash is fast, he could potentially advance. I would have to probably try that to do that. He is an average. So I'm going to try to do that, and the reason I'm going to try to do that is because choice chart. I'm going to roll to do that using the choice chart. Let's see what I got here. And I get a 66. Oh, wait, actually, no. I'm going to look at the tag-up chart, excuse me. But it may give me choice. Wait a second. Yeah, he's average, and on a fly ball to right, he gets the opportunity to choice, and I rolled a 66. 66 says that he is safe at third base, so he tags up and goes to third. All right. So goes to
third, and I put 6 because I was a sixth-place batter who got him to third. So 1 out, runner on third, and here's Dick McAuliffe. Pitch from Dobson. Infield's in, 53. That's going to be another deep drive. Holy smokes with a 3. That's also low enough to be a home run. Oh, he's a lefty this time. Lefties hit. This is a lefty hitter's ballpark for sure, and that's a 33. That's going to be way back in the seats in right field. Dick McAuliffe, and it's a 3-1 game. Detroit is up. McAuliffe had a couple RBIs now, but McAuliffe had 18 home runs. So they got a lot of power. Only played 128 games, but had 537 plate appearances. All right, so Dobson is being hammered a little bit here in the top of the 5th inning. He's allowed 3 runs, a couple of home runs, a double. And here's the bottom of the order, Brinkman in the pitcher, and that's a 44. That'll be an out, a 9. It's a fly ball to center. Right there is Jackson. Jackson's playing center field in the early 70s, late 60s. An amazing athlete. They put him in center field a lot. Just wasn't a great center fielder. 0-8, that's going to be a strikeout. So 3 runs come in on 3 hits, and the Tigers lead it by a score of 3-1. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Dick Green, Chuck Dobson, Larry Brown, and the 78. And that's going to be 78 will be off the pitch. That's defense. So we're going to roll defense. And that's a 24. 24 asks us about the left fielder. Left fielder is Horton, who's not very good. I don't know. This is probably going to drop in for some kind of hit. Wait a second. Horton, left fielder. Yeah, he's terrible. So Horton, I rolled, a 24. Left fielder would be a single. Drops in front of Horton. So Green with a hit. Next is Dobson. He will bat. Let me double check how many points he's given. Let's see if I can find it now. Oh, that's his batting card. 11 starter points. He's gone 5 innings. He's given up a run. That's 6. He's gone through. That's 6-8. So he's only got 3. So I'm going to let him bat. Chuck Dobson. Actually, you know what? Should I have a bunt? You know what? I'm not going to bother. Just going to swing away 85 and an 8. And that is a fly ball to center. Playing center field today is Northrup, and he's there. 1 away. Larry Brown is next with a 93, and that will be, double check the pickoffs, the wild pitches in the 90s. Got to look at that. 93 is a 6, and that's a hard hit ball at the shortstop. And Brinkman goes to McAuliffe for 1, back to Cash. 6-4-3 double play, inning over. Soul crushing, inning ending double play. The A's, my A's trail 3-1 in the top of the 6th. Aurelio Rodriguez, who's 0 for 2, and 16, he will be 0 for 3, strikes out, chases a curveball. Al Kaline. Pitch from Dobson is 70, and that'll be a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Dobson. And here's Northrup with a 0-6. That's line, base hit, center field. So he's got a single, a rope to center off the bat of Northrup. His first hit of the day. It looks like a double. Ooh, that's ugly. Willie Horton, who's got a home run, and that's going to be a 32. That'll be an out. An 8 is a fly ball to right. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Bottom of the 6th, here we come. Joe Rudi, who homered, he's 1 for 2. Jackson, and then Davis, and a 65. That'll be a strikeout. So he swings and misses, chases a fastball out of the strike zone. Jackson is next. He's 1 for 2 with a double, and a 75 will be a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Mickey Lolich. Lolich's got 14 starter points, so he goes probably a complete game every time he pitches. And it's a 47. That'll be an out. A 9 is a cracks 1 to center. Northrup, 3 up, 3 down. Super easy inning for Lolich. He's retired 5 in a row now. No runs, no hits. Top of the 7th. Norm Cash leads off. He's a lefty batter. 0-3. That's a deep drive with an 8 against a lefty. That's a potential home run. This could be another home run off Dobson. And that ball is off the wall. And that'll be a leadoff double. So he's gone 6, 7. He gave up a run. And he's gone through the lineup twice. That's 9. He can still go 11, so he's still good. Next is Bill Freehand. I'm not a guy who brings in a lot of relief pitchers. Freehand with a 41. Hopefully we can get a double play out of this and a 1. That's popped up. Right side, third baseman. Epstein, he's there. Next is Dick McAuliffe, lefty, who's homer. He had the 2-run homer at 28. That'll be an out, and a 3 is a ground ball to first. Epstein goes to, he was, runner will advance. Runner will advance. I thought he was at first. And then he goes to third. So who moves him over? 7, batter 7. That's why I do that. There we go. And now it's Eddie Brinkman with a runner on third and 2 outs. The pitch from Dobson. And it's a 35 and a 4, which will be bounced to second base. Easy play for Green. No runs, no hit. 1 hit, 1 left. Go to the bottom of the 7th. Bando. And it's a 33, and that is an out. A 1 is popped up, middle infield. Second baseman. McAuliffe calls for it. Epstein is up next. 1 out now. Bottom of the 7th inning stretch. It's an 83. That's an out off the pitcher. A 9. Shallow fly ball center field. In comes Northrup. Oh, fine running catch. Didn't think he was going to get there. He read it well right off the bat. Duncan, who's got a hit today, and he won't get another one. That's an 86. That'll be an out. Fly ball right field. Right fielder, Kaline. No runs, no hits. 3 up, 3 down. Again, he's retired 8 in a row. Lolich has. Here's Mickey Lolich, leads off the top of the 8th. Now, if Chuck Dobson gives up a runner or hit or base runner, he is done because he's got 7, been through the lineup 2. That's not, oh, actually, no. Once he reaches the next batter, he'll be at 11 points. 51, that's a deep drive with a 6. Lolich is a lefty batter, so we'll see what that's going to be. He's got a deep drive chart right here, and that is a 50, and that's a double for Lolich. So now he's reached his 11 points. I'll let him complete his 11 points, right? So he's gone 7. He's given up a run. That's 8. He's gone through the lineup 3 times. That's 11. So you can complete this one. Aurelio Rodriguez is up. And it's a 65. And the 65 is off the pitcher. That's ball 4. Continue. We stick with Dobson. Here's a pitch. It's a 36. And that's an out. A 9 is a fly ball center field. Can of corn. For Jackson, Northrup is next with a 79, and that is an out, a 6, hard hit ball right at the shortstop, second for one, back to first, double play, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left, bottom of the 8th, here we come, Dick Green leading it off, and that's a 46, that'll be an out, a 3 is a bouncer to first baseman. Cash, we're going to have a pinch hitter here, and that's going to go fast. Going to bring in guys I like Gene Tennis, like him. So he'll come in. So Tennis will bat here. Pinch hitter. There's his card. Here's a pitch. 0-0. That's a deep drive with a 6. He's a righty. So that's not going to be, if it's ballpark, and it is ballpark, and that's going to be an out. Fly ball to left. Deep fly ball. Way back to the track and caught. Oh, Tennis gave it a ride. All right. Here's Larry Brown with 2 out. And it's a 92. 92 is an out, a 0 line, and caught by the second baseman. McAuliffe 3 up and 3 down. Lolich is retired 9-11 in a row. New pitcher for the A's. New pitcher is going to be, who's it going to be? I'm going to bring in Bob Locker. Bob Locker's coming in. Here's a pitch to Willie Horton. Horton is 1 for 3 with a home run, 0-5, and that's a deep drive with a 6. That's going to be a fly ball if it's a ballpark result, but it's not. That's going to be 85, which is down the line. Fair ball into the corner. And Horton moves into second base with a leadoff double. Here's Norm Cash, the lefty, with a 66, and that's a strikeout. Big strikeout for Bob Locker. Locker had a good season. 2.86 ERA, 7-2 record. Bill Freehand is next with a 13, and that's a bouncer up the middle, and they'll hold Horton at third, first and third. McAuliffe is next. Infield is in. Here's a pitch from Locker, 78. That'll be an out of 6. Hard hit ball. Runner will hold at third. 6-3. And now it's Brinkman. And Brinkman with a 25, and that'll be an out. Pop up left side, third baseman Bando. He's there. No runs, 2 hits. So the score remains 3-1. So somehow Bob Locker got himself out of that predicament. Bottom of the ninth, last licks for the A's, and it's Joe Rudi, who's 1 for 3 today, with a solo shot, solo home run in the third. There's a pitch, Rudi with a 13, and that'll be base hit, a little ground ball that gets through the infield. So leadoff single, Reggie Jackson is next. Good power for Reggie. The pitch, 13, and that's ball 4. Oh boy. Lolich allows the first 2 A's on. Next is a good hitter, Tommy Davis. Here's a pitch to Davis, and that's an 81. Will be an out of 5. It's a ground ball to short, goes to second, 4, and back to first. Not in time, so it's 6-4, fielder's choice, first and third. Sal Bando with 1 out, first and third. Remember the A's trail by 3-1. They got the tying run at first base and Tommy Davis. Here's a pitch, Bando. Here's a pitch. We need a 29, and that'll be an out at 0. Line drive. Could this be a double play to the shortstop? No. L6 goes to second, but not in time. Second baseman McAuliffe snuck in behind the runner. I'm sorry, there's nobody at shortstop. Whipped it to the third baseman Aurelio, who tried to get in there ahead of Rudi, but Rudi was hanging on to the third base bag. Nobody at second. My fault. Epstein, lefty on lefty. Here's pitch, and that's a 99. That could be a catcher pass ball. So let's see Freehand. Let's see what his situation is. Freehand. We gotta look at Freehand's card on that 99. And Freehand. Pass ball numbers. Away, so it will be a pass ball because he's away. So a run will score, 3-2 score now, 3-2. And the tying run is at second base. And here's Epstein again. Here's the pitch from Lolich. And it's a 19, which will be, he gets plunked. And the A's stay alive, hit by pitch. First and second. Here's Dave Duncan. Dave Duncan is 1 for 3. Not a great hitter. Let me go over the points for Lolich. He's got 14. He's allowed 14 points as a starter. He's got 8 innings and 3 times through the lineup. That's 11. Plus he's given up a run. That's 12. So he is still okay. And he is going to face George Hendrick. That's why I decided he's going to come into pinch hit. He's a righty. Batted .254, no home runs. But I like it. I think it's fun just to bring in those guys on the bench. And here's a pitch from Lolich. 97 will be an out. Ground ball, slow ground ball to second. McAuliffe charges over to first. Game over. Final score 3-2. The A's come up with a run and they leave a couple on here in the bottom of the 9th inning. So they had a potential comeback right there. But they did not complete it. Okay, so final score 3-2. Got to input this information into my stat keeper, replay baseball. This game was played, what did I say, July? I can't remember what day it was, but it says it on the score, the scorekeeper. Its final score is Detroit 3, the A's 2, hits 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 hits, and no errors, I don't think, there for the Tigers. The A's had no errors either. No errors at all. And the A's, how many hits? 2, 4, 5, 6. 6 hits. So 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the A's. The A's have a pretty good record. Let me tell you what it is. Hold on a second. A's lose this one, but they're 55-33. 55-33, whereas the Tigers will be 51-37. 51-37 in our replay. And that's about it. Win goes to Lolich. What will his record be? Lolich will be 18-8. Wow. With his victory. And the loss will go to, hold on a second, I'll tell you, 9K. And Dobson will be 7-6. He'll take the loss. He'll be 7-6 with the loss. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. I hope you enjoyed this presentation of Deep Drive Baseball. Remember to join Universal Baseball Association Facebook group, fastest growing Facebook groups for tabletop dice baseball anywhere. We specialize in baseball. We got some great contributors and great discussion as well, and lots of rules that you got to read up on. And it's all the affiliated groups, the Deep Drive Facebook group, the Fall Classic baseball group, Back to Basics baseball group, and the Sports Illustrated baseball group, and so on and so forth. I will see you guys soon. Remember to like and subscribe my channel, and talk to you later.